Listen from Karelia's plains. Go to a man in exile as the Great War came. Unleash the shadow on his world. Whoa, no. Whoa, no. Who knows his name? Inmate in hell or a hero in prison. Soldier in Auschwitz, who knows his name? Locked in a cell, waging war from the prison. Hiding in Auschwitz, who hides behind boring by night? Outside of Nevercame, decided to break free. At the end of April 43, join the uprising, fight on the streets while hiding his rank. Takes commando while serving his country in need. Whoa, no. Whoa, no. Who knows his name? Inmate in hell or a hero in prison. Soldier in Auschwitz, who knows his name? Locked in a cell, waging war from the prison. Hiding in Auschwitz, who hides behind boring by night? Sent to a prison where the heroes are judged as traitors, accused of treason by his own. Sentenced by countrymen under pressure of foreign influence. Men he once fought to free. Inmate in hell or a hero in prison. Soldier in Auschwitz, we know his name. Locked in a cell, waging war from the prison. Hiding in Auschwitz, he hides behind boring by night.
And that's the last. It's just a tunnel. I think it's supposed to symbolize the
Better watch my step here.
You don't need to be afraid.
I just don't want to embarrassingly slip.
Do not worry about it. I think we're good on that front, except for some stairs. Once we reach because there are a couple of epitaphs dedicated to the Katyn victims, right at the end of the alternate.
Hey, more remnants of old Warsaw.
What?
More remnants of Warsaw.
Keep in mind that Katyn Museum has been located in a different prison. So we are in remnants of the Warsaw Citidal, which is Warsaw Citadel was used by the Tsar Russia to imprison former participants of November and January uprising, and so you have victims of the uprisings of the 19th century when we were still under the Russian Empire, And you also have the Museum of Katyn, which is about the more modern times. And what you have on those epitaphs are the professions, that the murdered officers have been doing before the war. And
Oh my god.
after they have been killed in Katyn, there was a desperate need for these professions after the war. And we just didn't have such diplomats, journalists. What else is there? Clergymen, economists, philologists. Mother Mary of Kozelsko. Kozelsko was the internment camp that was a first step before Katyn. Philosopher. Border patrol. Border patrol worker. Historian. There was a desperate need for historians after the war. Engineer.
Oh my goodness.
Those were all very talented officers, people with huge knowledge and education, and they have all been destroyed by the mindless mob that is the Soviet Union. Rail workers,
Bitterness
doctors,
from reclaiming what was rightfully their land.
airmen, painters, mathematicians, musicians, teachers. The Polish society after World War II was a mess. Hardly officer of the Polish military, writer. Doesn't make any impression. Poets. Yeah, we didn't have poets after World War II. Policemen. America likes to complain about having brutal policemen. We didn't have any. Parliament members. Lawyer. Like I said, those are all professions that all those officers murdered there have been doing. Entrepreneur. Artisan. Sculptor.
Look at all this.
Senator. Prison guard.
Whoa, those icicles are impressive.
What is?
Those icicles.
Oh. Just. Modern Mary of Katyn. I haven't noticed it before. I genuinely thought that she was cuddling a lamb, but you know what she's actually cuddling?
What?
It's a bullet hole. The Soviets were executing people by firing at the backs of their heads.
Holy
They
shit.
actually invented that type of execution.
Son of a bastard.
Yeah. It's a sign of huge cowardice from the Soviets. To just do something like this. And I think those are the epitaphs. Yeah, epitaphs.
Victims?
All victims. Oh wait. Are they? Yeah, they are.
Holy shit.
Epitaphs of all the victims. I believe they are. Maybe this one I don't. That's the one I really want. Oh yeah, I think I understand now. They are sorted by faith as well. You have Jews. There are Jews there.
Jewish, Christianity.
These
I
are
assume that's
Christians?
Muslim.
I don't know. We'll have to see what's on the.
That's still Christianity.
Yeah, I think
Huh?
maybe Protestants, because they make a separation between Protestants, Catholics, and Orthodox.
Oh yeah, those crosses are
Different.
differently structured.
This one looks Latin.
That makes
So this is
sense.
most likely Catholic. Yeah.
Those are huge. That's
Like I said, over 90% of Polish society is Catholic. So we will not see many Orthodox. Oh, here are Orthodox. Here are the Orthodox.
so. This is exactly what you were talking about when we were talking about the commemorations of all the fallen faithful people.
Yes, we are very strict about this in Poland. We always ask to be respectful. Like, we are the Japan of Europe.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah, we demand to people to be respectful in historical places. And here are
There it is.
the empty tablets,
What the?
because this is the Muslim part. There was no Muslim murdered in those sites. I
So
don't know why it's here, but
why is it empty?
Poles murdered in Belarus. I see. So this is the place where they plan to put the names of yet to be identified victims. To this day, that not everyone has been identified. So now, with how Russia is acting, it's even more difficult.
So they're basically haven't carved in the names yet.
They haven't yet.
They haven't even identified the victims.
3,870 people, at least,
Good lord.
murdered spring 1940 by members of the NKVD on the terrains currently being a part of Belarus. That explains everything. Belarus does not allow any Polish people into. I mean, they do let people in through the border control, but
Not the least bit
they are
surprising.
hostile. They're a hostile nation. At least those that still naively vote for Lukashenko.
Belarus.
They most likely.
The hands cross.
Yeah, the cross made out of.
That's what I.
Christ, that was just gnarly. And those trees here were planted also to symbolize a forest. How unchanging nature is in the face of such horrific crimes as this.
Wow. It's kind of like how a lot of trees were planted around the 9/11 memorial.
Yeah. There is a belief that when a body decomposes in the ground, it becomes fertilizer for a new plant to grow. Some religions actually believe that these trees are the reincarnation of someone.
Really?
Yes.
That's what I always was told.
Yeah, and I also think that is the case. There was a practice for a while. I do not know if in Sweden that is still prevalent, but in Sweden they completely abandoned traditional burial, and they started turning people's body into fertilizers and planting trees on them. They obviously put plaques around the tree to sort of commemorate that someone is buried here. It's just that they live again as the tree.
That makes sense.
So
they're at least one with the earth.
yes, and in a way,
Grass can grow from ashes too. So
yes,
whether you are a decomposed body or ashes,
not just grass. Grass is like only the first step. After grass, it can grow into a flower. It can grow into a
anything.
tree, any sort of vegetation.
Awesome.
It is awesome. I believe all of this is property of the Museum of Polish Military. Speaking of which, I finally got clarification.
What?
The Museum of Polish Military moved here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
They moved here and they closed the pavilion next to the.
So they just moved. They didn't close down.
Yeah, they simply moved here, and I think they took over the Warsaw Citadel. They took it from the Museum of Independence. This here, there is no English translation on this, but this essentially documents the Polish Bolshevik War of the 1920s.
I could always use a translator. It's no biggie.
Essentially, this goes over the Russian propaganda at the time, because this It's not Stalin yet. It's
Empire.
now it's Lenin. You're forgetting that before Stalin
Oh.
and between Russian Empire and between the Stalinist era, there was a little asshole named Lenin.
I think I remember him.
Vladimir Ilya.
Oh,
Lenin.
yes. Oh, that one.
A son of impoverished farmers who eventually was wounded in World War I and in his bitterness adopted the practices of Karl Marx and decided to spread communism in Russia. Not downfall, because they overthrew him long before Lenin decided they have to be murdered. He, his wife and his entire family. Lenin was a sociopath. Had a bit of a psychotic edge to him, but he wasn't nearly as broken.
So he was like one of the first fruits
He
to
was the one-
Soviet Union.
He was the one who started the Soviet death machine.
Oh my gosh.
It was Lenin.
Which then led to the war against Poland.
Yes, it led to the Polish-Bolshevik War. We call it the Polish-Bolshevik War instead of Polish-Russian War because there are some vague records of the so-called white generals of Russia aiding Poland in that war. White generals of Russia are those that were against the Soviets, that wanted to keep Tsar and the royal house.
How do they make peace at the end of the war?
Russia was part of the anti-Central Powers coalition, of the Entente
Of course.
in World War I. So,
Until they withdrew in 1917.
yes, however, they, for the stuff that they did on the Eastern Front, the West overlooked that little something called first the February Revolution and then the October Revolution. February Revolution is when the Tsar has been overthrown. Nicholas II lost his power, and in his place you had a temporal government in what is now the Russian Parliament. But there was a group of people there, Bolsheviks, who didn't like the fact that they had to share political seats with other parties in Russia, which is why they organized a coup,
Nationalism.
later named the October Revolution. And the October Revolution was when the temporal government has been overthrown, and in its place, Lenin established the Soviet Union.
And then it's history from there on out.
Yeah. Lenin has eventually created a whole apparatus of Soviet Union. Probably the most important one, and the one that has the most outrageous history, is the history of the Soviet secret police.
Oh shit.
Or rather, political police. So, secret police or political, one of the two. When Lenin formed it, it was named Czeka, and it was led by a Polish communist politician named Felix Dzierżyński. He was the first commander of the Soviet secret police. Once he died, in his place, Lenin put another, then another. No wait. Dzierżyński was alive when Lenin died, so he died shortly after Lenin, and when Stalin started his race to power, he eventually drafted the rest of the lead commanders. Henry Jagoda. Then there was Nikolai Yerzow.
Yes.
And then the degenerate that we met, Lavrenti Beria. Beria was actually a childhood friend of Stalin,
Oh my goodness.
which is why he also was appointed as the commander of the Soviet secret police. Around the time of World War II, they renamed it from Cheka to NKVD. And after World War II, when it stopped being I think after the death of Stalin, when Stalin died, and the secret police stopped being focused on military and became an intelligence force. They renamed themselves to KGB.
So that was the origins of the KGB name.
That is the history of KGB. And once the Soviet Union collapsed, KGB renamed itself to FSB.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was going to.
And FSB are the fuckers that we have to thank for the worst massacres in the history of Russian Federation after the downfall of the Soviet Union. Because it is very likely that the FSB agents were the ones who were inciting the armed forces of Russia to crack down on Chechen terrorists in the Moscow theater and in the school in Beslan.
Basically committing the atrocities we're hearing about now.
Yeah.
Against their own people.
However, it's a different case when it comes to the terrorist attacks in Russia. See? That's another.
Could use a little maintenance.
What?
Could use a little physical maintenance.
Now that the Museum of Polish Military has taken over the Citidal, I think they will.
Good.
Those are all people involved with the November uprising, because it is primarily the members of the November uprising that have been later severely repressed by the Russian Empire. When it comes to Russian Empire, we were under their occupation until they collapsed. And none of the Tsars were nearly as bad as Nicholas I. Nicholas I was an absolute Polonophobe. He was a huge Polonophobe and was the one that really wanted to destroy our cultural identity and national identity.
Well, thank you for giving the land back. When you transferred to the USSR, or years after, actually, because 1918 was when.
When it comes to land disputes after World War I, that is a completely different kind of one. The first task was to establish the Polish state as a whole.
Because 1922 was when USSR was established and Poland got their land back in 1918.
I know that in 1920 it was still Polish Bolshevik War. So it is also then that we had the Battle of Warsaw.
that stands before me. Figure in black, which points at me. Turn around quick and start to run. Big black shape with eyes of fire. Telling people their desire. Satan sitting there, he's smiling. Watches those flames get higher and higher. Oh no, no, please God help me. As in the end, my friend, Satan's coming around the bend. People running 'cause they're scared. The people better go and beware. No, no, please, no.
Don't remember where I was. I realized life was a game. More seriously I took things, the harder the blows became. I had no idea what it cost. My life passed before my eyes. I found out how little I accomplished all my plans tonight. So as you read this, know my friends, I'd love to stay with you all. Smile when you think of me. My body's done, that's tout le monde, à tous mes amis, je vous aime, je dois partir. These are the last words I'll ever speak. They'll set me free. If my heart was still alive, I know it would surely break. My memories left with you, there's nothing more to say.
this boss is kind of ruining the immersion. The Russian Revolution of 1905.
Oh, there we go. Shortly
It was-
after.
it was the aftermath of the loss in the Russo-Japanese War.
I was about to ask that.
They have been defeated there under Shiroyama. No, wait, it's not Shiroyama.
That was like
Tsushima. I believe
the previous century.
Yeah, Shiroyama was the last stand of the samurai, but
Yeah.
the Russians were defeated by. Let me see. You have English translation there. Just read it if you. Propaganda. This is Russian word for propaganda. Spelled all over and over. Had a side organization that carried out assassinations on officers of the Russian secret police. Here's November Uprising in depth. That's when
The November.
That's when the Citidal has been built.
The uprising against the Russian Empire.
Always was. Like November Uprising and January Uprising. Okay, now this quote I can actually translate. Paul is no subject, doesn't know what masters are. Will not let himself be bound by chains. He lives through freedom to freedom.
Those are the guys that designed this place?
Yeah. The Russian designers of the Citidal. Look at the key. Look at the key. The gate.
That's a giant key. Good lord, it could fit in your.
You would have to hold it with two hands.
Almost your whole palm.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that thing. Good lord.
Can't really see it on the picture, but it's a big casing. So. Oh, see?
This is the whole place?
The Citadel complex look like in its prime.
Oh my god.
This is where we went to when we went to the Katyn Museum.
There.
Mm-hmm. Right here. And right now, I think we are here.
Hey, that's the courtyard.
It's actually number 91, which is 10th by 11. Yeah, 10th by 11. I think we currently are in the chamber of the January president. So, just last time. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Numbers of present is size.
Seriously. There is a certain song that I have to showcase. That is the investigation hall. Yeah, the upper floor, less prison cells and more of the actual useful places for the citadel. Interrogation hall. Probation cell or isolation cell, whatever, whichever you prefer. Whoa! Wouldn't want to be in here for long periods of time. Prisoner, if you are a prisoner of Citadel, you are fucked. If you landed here, you are double fucked. What's in there? Over there, there's a locked door. There's nothing there. So actually, the proceedings. The first communist president of Poland. President, leader, first secretary. Portraits. Our portraits. Tak nie wiedzieliśmy, czy w dobrą stronę idziemy, bo po drodze biegały i takie puste gaboty. Myśleliśmy, że to pomieszczenia techniczne.
Tam techniczne bardziej, bo tam szybko się wstały.
I see him right there.
Yep. Now from here we want to get to the execution gate, which would be...
Oh shit.
Which would be, it's definitely not that one. Just got it to the That's an old, that's a really old tablet. You know why?
Why?
It's in Russian. And it's a
Oh,
little torn up.
that's what I was
It
gonna
is in
say.
Russian, but I guess it was put here before 2022. All Polish organization.
Actually,
Whole trail of history.
couldn't have been centuries old. I meant to say since the German and the Russian, current Russian flag are there.
Now we are on the execution pathway. We are close to the gate where most of the hangings in the history of Warsaw.
Oh
took place.
shit! The gallows pole.
They actually have a cross with a memorial with a piece of the old noose still inside
Oh shit!
of it.
Last one ever used.
What?
The last noose ever used.
I doubt it. It's that. Oh, and that is a proverb used by Polish people and all of their friends. Nowadays, it is being used by the Polish and the Hungarian. Because if you do not know, the Polish and Hungarian have a long-lasting friendship. And I don't mind, like to this day, it works. It's just that Orban doesn't represent the good side of the friendship. So, in addition to being a Polish friend, he's also a Russian friend. And that is not what we should aspire to be.
So what were the relations during World War II?
Memorial to the January uprising victims.
Whoa, look at that.
Every military officer murdered by the Russian military during the 1,200 battles and skirmishes that took part during the General Warsaw. I already took a picture.
Oh, okay.
Passed by this gate when I was looking for an entrance. Oh my god, my back is fucking bad. There's a bus stop there. We should be able to catch something.
Alright.
Wait a minute.
What do you say?
I think we should go to Citidal first.
I'll follow you. Wow. Look at those stairs.
Okay. Be careful on those steps. We're going to that bus stop.
Alright. I'll follow you.
Yeah.
I have to be very freaking careful there.
You can see a lot of footprints. That means that people do manage to climb those stairs.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Oh shit, I better get through the gate.
Like I said, close to the most important landmark of this park. The Palace of the to the left is
Have we seen this palace before?
from the outside and in the summer. This is the former guardsman house.
I wouldn't have to happen to see this palace yesterday, did we?
No.
Ah, so this is different.
We went to a royal castle and a museum of the city. So the backside wasn't too bad either. That's the main plaza of the forest and water. Should be so good. Don't worry, just walk where it's the least thick.
Of course. Nice tree, though.
Yeah, it's actually close. The government doesn't want you to know this, but you can steal peacocks from the public park. They're free.
Really?
Nah, it's free.
Oh, wow. I was about to say, what the fuck?
This box is good. If we go to Katyn, nope.
And I see they got the EU flag with it too.
Yes, because Tusk is in office. If he wasn't, there would be just a Polish flag, most likely.
Well, I would say it was for better. Because they weren't going anywhere with the bigotry in their government.
Yeah. And when it comes to Belvedere, the most important thing about Belvedere from recent days is that the president has met the oppositionists from Belarus there. And when he was trying to leave in a hurry, the entrance to the Belvedere got blocked by a bus that malfunctioned. But PIS still claims that it was on purpose. Blocked the president from getting back to the presidential palace so that he can protect the two former ministers who have warrant for their arrest.
I was just wondering, how the hell did Poland come back so quickly from bigotry from LGBTs.
You know, because
Towards L-
PIS has been constantly followed by scandals. They've
Yeah.
had so many scandals to their name that even though they technically were victorious
Yeah.
in the last election, but they lost parliament majority. Keep in mind, the Polish parliament, as in the same, has 460 seats. To have a parliament majority, you need to have 230. And even though PIS has gained most of the congressional mandates, they do not have the majority required to form a government.
So they couldn't uphold their.
They couldn't uphold the rule.
Not
And
at
a
all.
coalition from all the oppositionist parties, nearly all, has been formed.
Well, if it makes Poland safer from that bigotry,
We'll see. They only just started.
they.
I haven't yet confirmed the budget for 2024, so we still have yet to see.
Somehow it
But
was strong
Donald
enough
Tusk
to.
has already been the prime minister of Poland.
It was. It's.
He lost his party just in 2015. But the PIS to take over. And back then they had parliament.
Mammoth.
They had parliament majority and their own president. Their own president is still in the office. He still has a year left.
Hey, it was strong enough to win my heart to come here and feel safe here.
It shouldn't hurt either way. Unless we were ruled by the Confederacy, which at least we weren't.
Oh,
Thank fuck for that.
I highly doubt they would even stand a chance.
Yeah. Confederacy never gets high approval rates
Ever.
in the polls. Yeah. Actually, we have the least mandates in the parliament right now.
That looks pretty.
Yeah, we does. A parliament resolution that would effectively destroy the autonomy of judges in all the courts in Poland. Thankfully, Jodro is no longer the minister.
Good.
What is it against two steps? It will be a while before we rule it all out.
Rooting out cancer cells.
Rooting out what?
Cancer cells.
Sorta. That's the Polish parliament.
Hey, here it is. Oh, look at that. I gotta get a zoom on this. I swear to God, every corner has beautiful Christmas lights.
Uh-huh. How commercial it is, definitely.
Selfies are not appropriate, are they?
No, I don't think so. Better not to overdo it.
I only will do this picture.
Yeah, do that. And once you do, let's open up the Google Maps.
Let me.
Do you have GPS on?
Yeah, hold on.
Well, it's a tribute to the government in exile during World War II. I think.
Look at all that.
Indeed. Okay, Popeyes is closed.
Ah, shit.
What's the You know? Let's make a quick cross to the other side of the street, too. Oh, it's Reagan.
Ronald Reagan?
Yes.
What's he doing here?
It's during his presidency when we finally got back into having diplomatic relations with America. Speaking of which, American embassy.
Hey, right there. So I just contact them if I run into misfortune.
Yeah,
I guess.
next to it, Embassy of Switzerland.
Hey. Sorry, almost tripped.
I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Look at that. That big, beautiful shit.
So we're gonna do like last time. You pay for yourself and I will pay for me.
Yeah, same plan. Thankfully, I still have cash in my inventory.
Every restaurant has a terminal for cards. There's a pizzeria that is even closer to my place. How
Hi.
about we go there instead?
Oh, sure.
Unless it is...
That's a big. Wait, is it? It's not closed, is it?
What?
It's not closed, is it?
It is open. It's open until 10 p.m. Fine and restaurant.
possessed. Now they are gone. They are gone. They are Oh, where can I go to and what can I do? Nothing can please me, only thoughts are of you. You just left when I begged you to stay. I've not stopped crying since you went away. You went away. You went The world is a lonely place. You're on your own. Guess I will go home, sit down and moan. Crying and thinking is all that I do. Memories I have remind me of you, of you, of
Time for dry feet.